Oh my God. Did you see what PlayStation's just done? They've completely screwed over their consumer. They've completely screwed their user base, their customer base over monumentally because of greed. It's great news for me though, because it's like as God is shutting Hollywood down, as God's shutting Disney down, and even like the BBC and all that, He's opening the doors for me to take over. PlayStation are going to drive when once I get my IT business up and running and I get my games company started and I get everything made and I can get my server up, PlayStation and whoever follows them are going to drive their customer base right to my door. Now the thing is, my boys and I had spent years discussing whether to make a games console. I mean, when I designed my gaming chair, we then decided, well, we could make the gaming console part of the gaming chair. And one of the last conversations I had with my boy before they stopped talking to me was talking about our games console. And we were saying no matter what, all our games need to be released not just on as like a download, but as a tangible disc as well that could be put into a PlayStation, that could be put into an Xbox, that sort of thing, put into a laptop and played anywhere. That not just to release our games through our streaming service, but release them on tangible disc as well. Sell them online, sell them in our stores. If we can sell them in the gaming shops and that as well, then fantastic. But now I'm thinking like with the way that I've designed the MENA system, which is the Modulated Entertainment Network Archetype, the name of my gaming chair, MENA, is totally, we could totally turn that into where you can put a disc in. Because what PlayStation have done, as of today, is it 24th? Oh no, 20, is it as of this month? Anyway, they may have already bought it in. When you upload their games, you only get to buy them for a month, so you're only renting them for 30 days. Whereas before, when you bought their games, you got to keep their games on your server. But as of now, you only get to rent them for 30 days and then you have to buy them again because they're greedy. But we're not going to be like that. And not only do you have the option of downloading the game and keeping it on your server forever and ever, but all our games are going to come out on tangible disc as well. But the only reason why I had never sort of thrown myself into the idea of designing a gaming console is because the technology to go into it is very expensive. But it has become very evident to me now that everything I'm creating, excuse me, hang on. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. I've just had my shower. Everything I'm creating is all the stuff people are screaming out for. I'm creating everything the consumer is screaming out for. Because everything I've created and based and priced and developed is all for it's all old school. It's all the old way of doing things where people in business still had honour and integrity and it wasn't about greed. I want to make as much money as I can. I've never hidden that fact, but it's so that I can keep pouring it back into the school. Everybody knows that whatever they buy from me, big or small, the money goes straight back into keeping the school going and keeping the safe houses open. So I'm not going to be one of these people that has like 50 different cars in my shed and 12 different houses. I'll be happy to have my little homestead with my farm animals that I rescue as pets and all of that sort of thing. And as long as I can travel, don't have to worry about bills, live the life that I want, where it's where I just don't have to worry about bills and I can get on a plane or get on a train or drive a car. Well, I can't drive, but all I want to do is travel and immerse myself in culture and art and good food and good company and savour the tastes of life in as many different countries that'll allow me to go there. As long as I can do that, I don't want Jimmy Choos and Coco Chanel's and Lamborghinis and all of that. I'd be happy with a husband that was happy to just to drive. What's a car that I like? That's, I don't know, a Toyota Hilux or something. What's a good family car? It wouldn't be it wouldn't be anything. It certainly wouldn't be a Mercedes or a BMW because they're ugly. But you know what I mean. Um, I want to just be able to live a nice, quiet, humble life without having to worry about bills, where I can travel and have the Christmases and birthdays and, you know, social things that I want in my home with my close friends and family without having to worry about paying the light bill. I'm happy to, I know that once I get this off the ground, I'll be making hundreds of millions in days, weeks, months, billions overall. My dating app will be worth billions. The patent to my gaming chair will be worth billions. And I want to pour it all back into my school. I don't want to keep any of it. My father raised me with the understanding that there's no point being the richest person in the graveyard, that when you die, you can't take any of it with you. So enjoy it while you're alive. There's no point hoarding money because when you're dead, you can't take any of it with you. He was Egyptian. He knew all about this stuff, you know, because they were always burying the dead with their bloody gold, and it was pointless. No point. Completely useless. All it does is leaves you open to be have your grave robbed. So, hang on. So I'm just having a sip of coffee. Yeah. So as long as I can live the life that I want, that would be humble in comparison to the money going through my bank account. It's all for the purpose of being put back into the school. I want to self-fund the school. Yes, I'll open the door to investors, absolutely, but I want to be self-funding. I don't want my school or my safe houses to be reliant on the government or the taxpayer for nothing, because then they can't come and shut it down because it's all privately owned. And my investors won't be allowed to have a say in my characters or products or anything like that. They'd be silent investors who were happy to just take the money when it came rolling in. They'd have their name attached to things that were groundbreaking technology that were going to change the face of family entertainment, home entertainment, gaming, holidays, all of it. Everything I'm bringing is new to the table. There's stuff that hasn't been invented yet that I've invented that I just need to put a patent on and trademarks and all of that. And then when I'm ready to put it out into the world, there'll be people copying me. There's already people trying to copy me. But the reason why I didn't sort of dive into the idea of doing a games console is because of the fact that to create the technology for it is quite expensive. But now that I've perfected my gaming chair, now that I know how my gaming chair is going to be, it can be built into the gaming chair system. So it's already half done anyway. And then all you have to do is pop your game in the console or download it and it's yours forever. Because I'm not greedy. I want people using me all day, every day, over and over and over and over again, but where my client base and customer base grows. So not just having, I want hundreds of millions of people using my products and services, but not where I'm forcing them to come back just so that I can fleece them for their money. I want them to come back because we offer good services, because they know that their identities are safe. They know that their data is safe, that we're not going to be selling their data. We're not going to be taking their photos. We're not going to be watching them in their houses. We're not going to be giving their information to third parties. My IT people are going to be on it like a car bonnet when it comes to safety and protection and cyber hacking and bots and all of that sort of thing. My IT staff will be the elite of the elite. They will be the best of the best. And when you buy something from us, we won't make you buy it again unless it's food or a massage or something. So PlayStation, they've handed me their customer base, as will Disney. I'm bringing back everything people are screaming out for. I'm going to be bringing back record shops, video stores, where you'll be able to come and rent our movies, and movies of independent filmmakers who are happy to release their movies on VHS or DVD. If they have released it on VHS or DVD, we'll be happy to rent it in our store. There'll be no subliminal advertising. We won't be getting inside your head. So it's good news for us, good news for Fire, good news for bad news for people who have signed up to PlayStation. There'll be some people that will begrudgingly rebuy the game every 30 days. There'll be people that have been sent off to war in America who've got their games on their PlayStation who are going to come back. Oh no, because they said any games before the 24th, I think it was. I was going to say they'd come back and their games would be wiped. People that have gone into hospital on the 25th and they'll come home and their games have been wiped. How disgusting. That's so shameful. That's such shameful, sinful behaviour. All these companies and world leaders and that are soaking themselves in the vice of lust and greed and ugh, it's gross. And then there's going to be my little corner of the world, where my little foundation will be like a teeny tiny little island, where when you step onto our little fantasy island, it'll be just like how it was back in the 90s. Where I'm an empire that's run on honour and integrity, giving the people what they want and not telling them what they have to tolerate. So it's great news for me, and now so when I do develop my gaming chair, which will then be integrated into my space navigation program, one step at a time. I'll already have I'll just add the bit in where you can slip the disc in. So I will develop my gaming system. It just before I had perfected the Mina system, I wasn't sure how to do it. My boys and I spent years discussing how, if we were going to make a games console, how would we do it. And then one of the last conversations I had with Gabriel, because he was the one that was sort of helping me with it, when we were talking about the kinds of remote controllers we'd have for the Mina system and that sort of thing, like what they'd look like, what they'd feel like, what we could do with them, blah, blah, blah. That's one of the things he said, is that if we're going to do this, we have to make it so that it can take discs as well. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So any of our games, any of the games that we have on our streaming service, on our system, you'll be able to keep it, and you'll be able to play all your discs in it as well. It'll be like Universal. So PlayStation have just handed me a lot of their future customers. A lot of my future customers are out there now being ripped off by PlayStation. Same with Disney and Hollywood and that. So they'll come flocking once I'm able to get everything up and running, man. I'm going to need all hands on deck. The more people I get helping me build this, the faster we can get it up and running. I need whatever this no answer is to whatever the barrier is. I just need that to hurry up and be lifted. And then I can get out of here and start getting the ball rolling. And then I can employ elite IT staff and elite programmers and gaming artists and a really good, reliable, non-sexual, predatory art director and all of that. And get the ball rolling. We can get this done. And then I'll start looking for investors. That's what I was saying. I need to start putting myself out there. I've got to start putting myself out there. There's work to be done. And it's time to get the ball rolling. The investors will come when the time is right, but I can guarantee they won't be disappointed with the investment. We won't be fast money, we'll be long-term guaranteed money. You'll have money coming in from me for decades, which is a way safer way to invest. So just, oh my God, I can't wait I need to sit down with engineers and a graphic designer and that and get this MENA system done and patented, and it's going to be fantastic, one step at a time. Once I'm getting to the point where I'm designing my gaming chair, then I'm one step closer to my space navigation program, and then I can start my North Star Cadets program, and then I can look at, once all that's there, then the final step for me is my animal sanctuary, where we rescue every kind of animal that needs to be rescued. That's the ultimate goal. That's when I know I've hit the jackpot in life. So, so thanks, PlayStation. And I'll take it from here. Thank you very much. I'll speak to you later. Ka kite anō.